Well, this isn't good.
Yes.
We have to fix this.
Yes.
You kind of need.
I have an idea. What if?
Where do you guys go to talk about this stuff
We
as
would-
a group?
We would go. We would
Hang out
go
at the
to,
place.
go to
Wagon?
the. Yeah, go
Or the
to
bar.
our
The
Silver
bar where
Arrows.
the whole team is.
Yeah, the Silver Arrows
Sure.
meeting place.
Yeah, you can go under the bar too.
Yeah, I
The
think that's a
secret
good
meeting
idea.
room under the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, you guys are in the secret meeting room under the bar.
I have an idea.
Guilty.
Old Jim comes in, he's like, "Hey guys, what did I miss?"
A lot. Welcome back.
Guy died.
What?
A guy
Wolfgang
was
died.
murdered, is what
Shit.
happened.
Yes.
I leave for 4 hours.
I know.
That was 3.
A lot happened.
I don't know who Ricky is, but
I
I
had to
don't.
make a stop, a pit
But-
stop.
He's in jail now, and
Yes.
Oh,
so that's good. Karina's also in jail, and that's less good.
That's
Yes.
not so good.
I also found this, and I hold up the bottle of everlasting smoke. And
Okay.
these, and I hold the butcher
You
stride.
didn't give those over to the
I
authorities.
have those.
What did
Yeah!
the boots of stride do?
Yeah, you notice they're very, huh?
What did the boots of
Boots
stride
of springing and striding increase your speed to 30 feet if it's not already. So for a dwarf or gnome or halfling.
Halfling.
Oh my
Brings
god,
you up to
give
normal
me Zabrab.
No, this
Um,
is evidence.
And then
Why do you have
they
them?
like double your move, your jump.
You should
distance,
give
I
those
think.
to Zafrap.
These are this evidence.
Then why do you have them? Why didn't you give them to the guard?
Forgot.
Is there a bed sheet?
A bit. Are you gonna smother Ricky? What's gonna happen? But yes, like there's a
Is Ricky
single
now awake?
thin.
You could
Sheet
probably kill
under
Ricky with your
Ricky.
bare hands.
Is Ricky...
There's also another bed,
Come on, she doesn't
but
have
they're
to.
more like benches, kind of.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Is the ceiling smooth?
So I have a,
Ceiling is smooth.
so I have a question.
No.
Is Ricky now awake?
All around
No.
me are
Ricky will awake in. I need a D4.
Because it's been about. Because he's been awake,
This is
asleep for about
yikes.
4 hours.
No.
He's been unconscious for 4 hours.
Old Jim was gone for 4 hours. That
Oh,
was
okay.
not the case. After 3 hours, Ricky wakes up.
Okay. Okay, so, Gosberg raises in. I have an idea, everyone, of how we could get Karina out.
And
Ow.
We plead sympathy from the tribunal.
sympathy.
Yes. We do what we can to make her look
Zaprab,
like...
you can be there now, for fuck's sake.
We do what we can to make her look like that everything happened was not her fault.
And it was Ricky's fault.
What do you think, Zaprab? You're the most intelligent one here.
Well, how exactly are we going to do that?
Well, obviously, we can point the fact out that Ricky is a psychopath and killed a person,
Coerced her.
while at the same time, Karina was doing her duty as a citizen of Nutwood and
However,
investigating.
However,
this-
misguided.
Oh, of course.
That's actually, now that I think about it, she did say she got Ricky's help, right? Well, I mean, she's also an accessory to the murder.
Shut up.
And also, yeah, that's something that they might point out. They might also point out the fact that she did break into his house, and this is the third time that she's done something against the city. We have to keep those things in mind.
We can figure something out. I'm Longfang, and my tribe holds a lot of.
Do you
weight in
know
the
who I
community.
am?
Don't you know who I am? Lower sunglasses.
I'm very convincing. I can talk to people.
You can't talk.
I can.
You can't talk.
I'm very, human
about-
women find this form appealing, and I'm very convincing.
Are you going to seduce
I
the
find this
entire?
form
I'm
appealing.
not going to seduce anybody.
How about what we
But-
do is
You'd
If,
be like,
I'm just saying that I know it doesn't sound like it, but if you
You
let
were
me do
saying?
the talking, sometimes I can get people to listen to me.
But how about what we do is we also ask them if perhaps we can get her freedom in exchange for her service to the town in some manner.
I
That's
agree
what
with
I was
that, and
thinking.
I
I
think
have an
it's.
idea.
I
At the
actually
very
think
least,
it's a good
postpone
idea.
her-
Of
If you
postpone her
if you do, you're a neutral party. You don't know very many people in here, so it should work.
We
It's worth a shot.
we can try to convince her to actually to actually do community service for the church and its agents.
That's
Being-
Trying to do the church angle.
What?
How about
Being,
Why are
them
you
choose
obsessed?
no,
what
being
it is?
an agent of the church, her service would be to come with us.
Okay, well,
Let's give it a try.
I'll propose to the council.
While
and
you
see.
guys do that, because I'm not good at talking to people,
You can keep pouring over your book,
I'm gonna pour over my book.
which we'll get to if you find something in a bit.
So, where they at?
You know the militia offices are across the street from the bar. It's not far.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk over.
Yeah. Hogar, the young half-orc guard, opens the door for you.
I'm here to
Sir?
speak with the chief.
Yeah, I'll get him. Gillis? Mr. Gillis? Who is it?
A Rungandir.
Let him in the back. And you're led to the back room, where there are currently Wolfgang's body, 2 dead dogs, and on a table laid out a whole bunch of equipment. That is Karina's. You see the Moonblade, you see the Oathbow. You see the bag, you see other things like broken glass. There's all kinds of clues that they've pieced together. They're just like looking stuff over.
So, made a big mess of it this time.
I'll say yeah.
I was hoping we could speak to the leaders of this town and see what they could do.
I mean, they're meeting on it now, but
Would it be possible for us to make an appeal?
you can. They're gonna still decide what to do, but I gotta tell you, things ain't looking good.
I know.
We're hoping some sort of compromise can be reached.
You know me.
I know you, man. I trust. I know what the Order's deal is. I know this ain't the modus operandi. But there's a lot going against both of them right now.
Well, for Ricky,
I know you
sure.
don't care about Ricky, okay?
I really don't. But Karina's done so much good for the town. Isn't there anything we can do?
You can certainly ask. But we did find a note
A note,
with Clum's name on it.
Clum.
He's one of the Triumvirate.
That doesn't mean anything. It's just a note.
Yeah, but I don't like coincidences.
Oh, you don't think she was trying to assassinate?
The assassin?
No. I don't think she was trying to assassinate anyone. Or anything like that. Nothing so dark.
Look, man. I got her out of trouble last time. But my hands are tied this time.
Fine, we'll do it this time.
Like, I like the Order. I like being a part of it. I'll try to help where I can, but someone died, man. I can't levy my support anymore in this.
Don't worry about it.
It's up to the town now.
Just let us speak to them.
Sure. And he leads you to the cell.
Okay,
Whoever wants to be there can be there.
I'm here.
I can get this.
I'll be there.
How are you doing? Are they comfortable? Are they feeding you well? You need a hug?
I'm still in the cell, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have we been granted, like, audience?
Yeah, you're there. You're in front of the cell.
It's
There are
been
cell
standing there
bars
silently.
between you and Karina and Ricky, who is...
Awake or asleep?
Fuck it, you're awake now.
Okay.
Karina, how you doing?
Unless you don't want him to be. It's up to you.
He'll be, but
Thank
he's gonna be
What are you
quiet
all
for
doing
now.
here?
Oh,
We're here to make an appeal.
Why?
We need you to kill giants!
We'd like to have you on this journey with us.
besides, you know, it's something friends do. They visit.
Right, but it's not up to you guys.
There's a crust in here, not...
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I kind of have a feeling I know what's gonna happen, but
Don't worry, this is Ricky we're talking about. It's not going to say anything that's going to damn you for all eternity.
Apparently you don't know Ricky very well.
What?
Always a way out. Don't be discouraged.
well, from the understanding I have, the town's out for blood.
Well, yes, but
Not yours.
not yours. I don't think yours.
I wouldn't be so sure.
We'll see, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Oh, don't worry, the people I know are fair people, and just people. They're going to give you what you deserve.
I'm gonna lean in.
Right, they think that I helped kill one person and then I'm out to kill another one who is a leading member of the town. So,
Karina,
I see how that is a predicament.
we'll get you out of this.
Yes!
I bet you a drink. You want?
well, it's a win-win for me because either I get a drink or I don't have to pay up, so.
True. But I'm getting a drink out of it, so.
I don't know.
Deal then?
Deal.
Good. Let's go see this council.
You guys want to go see the council?
Yes.
Yeah, you go. You don't know exactly where that is. You would have to ask.
That's what I. Well, fine. Where's the council at?
They hold council at Rascal's house.
Rascals?
Yeah, he's
Right.
carpenter here.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go fast. Let's be dear.
It's down the way, but they're not gonna let you in. They probably, maybe, I don't know.
We'll see.
They're talking things over.
So we go over there then.
You go over to Rascal's house.
Bless you, Jordan.
Bless you.
You knock on the door. A human woman answers the door, who has her hair up in a bun. It's like, can I help you?
We're here to speak on behalf of Karina Nightshade.
I suppose. Let me ask real quick. It's like, and she leaves for a moment and comes back. It's like, okay, you can come in.
I was right. That was easy.
I mean,
You
that's half
enter.
the battle.
And you enter a den, a large living room where apparently like town hall meetings and such take place. And there are currently 3 people seated there. There is an orc woman. There is a human man who's got a beard and dark brown hair, and very manly hands and whatnot. That's Rascal the carpenter, obviously. The orc woman is an old orc woman. You think if they were still living in orc tribes and stuff, she would probably be like a wise woman or something. She's very wrinkled, very angry looking,
Okay.
very stern, but also with a hint of wisdom to her features. And then sitting in a rocking chair by the
He
fireplace,
loves that chair.
you see it's a different chair. He doesn't just bring the chair he doesn't just bring the chair
It's
everywhere with
magical,
him.
so just like
It's a moving chair.
It's a wheelchair.
a rocking
rocking
wheelchair.
wheelchair.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
you up to assassinate a cripple, that'd be bad.
Oh my god.
No, he can walk. He had to do that to get over here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
You see actually 2 dwarven figures. One is sitting in the chair and the other one is standing behind it. You see Clum Degree, Uncle Clum, sitting in the chair, wearing regular, everyday clothes. All these people pretty much are. He's got a long beard that's going white. It's very white at this point. Big bushy eyebrows. His eyes seem to be almost completely closed most of the time, but they're slightly open. And his hair is thinning up top. And next to him, you see Bilney, the guy who runs the general store, who actually runs the store, his nephew, who is in full chainmail, which you can see is the tabard has the symbol of Ironheart, the dwarves. Like he was a soldier of them at one point, and he's got a greatsword on his back.
Okay. Came in force.
Apparently he's looking out for his uncle. It's like Rascal says, like, welcome. What can we do for you?
We're here to speak on behalf of Karina Nightshade.
Ah. Okay. Well, speak, the orc woman says, as she looks you all, and it looks like she's staring into your souls.
Oh, she is very intimidating. I do not trust her completely, and yet I trust her entirely.
She stares at you the most as you're talking.
You are a beautiful woman!
Gosberg.
That's enough.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Or a charisma saving throw. Fuck it. We never get to do charismas. Charisma save.
Charisma's great. Not one, you start crying.
It's a 9.
She's very intimidating. You start buckling.
Good evening. My
You
name
okay?
is Ro. I am a paladin of the ancient gods.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Though I come to speak for Karina, I cannot deny that there was wrongdoing on her part. We do not ask for forgiveness, merely a postponing of her punishment until we can finish a very pressing expedition that we have to finish. During this quest, you can be sure that she will be under the watch of some upstanding citizens, as well as myself, a paladin of the ancient gods. We will attempt to reform her as much as possible until she can return and finish her sentence.
Well said.
The orc woman looks through you. And you.
Everything he says, I vouch for.
You are a very beautiful woman.
You have to tell the truth.
Okay.
You weren't zone of truth,
Okay.
but it's kind of reflex with that glare.
Honestly, I'm just intimidated. That's why I kept calling her a beautiful woman.
Actually, I'm gonna consider you frightened as far as effects go. Zaphrab, are
How
you there?
close is he to me?
You guys are. Oh yeah, you guys are paladins. You can't be frightened.
Yeah. Okay, so that was
This
saying.
negates that effect. It's not magical.
Okay, that was saying. I would tell her, well, if you're asking me, she did break into a house and then assaulted a god and broke into a house again. In my opinion, she needs to be punished for that. However, depending on the punishment, the thing that would be fitting is...
Listen right now. If you say the church, we will have very strong words afterwards.
We have come here to make a
I was
plea.
going to say a penitence crusade.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
The only thing fitting would be a penitence crusade.
A what?
Penitence crusade.
She will join
Gosberg-
us on our expedition.
And she will come back successful or dead.
Reformed.
One of the two. There is no in between. We are not going to send home a cripple.
You want us to let the criminal loose so she can do your quest?
Not loose. She
Really?
would be under our careful watch the entire time. You have my vow as a paladin of the ancient gods that she will do no more harm to
Yeah.
your town.
And if you want, you could give her like a thing that lets it track her, like some kind of weird collar or something.
Gosberg, we're a small town. We don't got no tracking collars or whatever
It's
the
Dr.
hell you're talking about.
Mordenkainen! I'm
Have
sorry.
you been bothering Mordenkainen again?
No.
You know how many I swear, no one is coming with more complaints to the city council than to the town council of Nutwood than him. And it's a little bit annoying, but I can't say it's not justified.
What a grumpy man.
Yeah, he's an old man. Old men complain a lot.
True.
And
Gosberg
they
hardly
issue
complains.
complaints to the town council. Please stop bothering Mordenkainen. He scares us.
He scares me.
But in all seriousness, though, if you have to give her a punishment, her punishment should be that she comes with us, and she will either die on the journey or return reformed.
Clum speaks up for the first time. And how do I know that I'm not next?
Next.
And
How do you
what?
mean?
My oath is to protect. I will protect you.
A note was found on her belongings. My name for 3,500 gold pieces.
Why? Would you know? Have you asked the prisoner?
That is what the militia is going to find out. Aren't they? We are not done deliberating. Nothing is being finalized here tonight. We will take your pleas into consideration.
Thank you for your time.
Turn around and leave. Well, all things considered, that went well.
Yes!
I'm gonna punch you in the shoulder, but kind of hard, but not that hard.
I mean, feel free. I'm wearing plate armor, and also you're very big, so I assume it will hurt.
Still wearing the gauntlets. Gosberg goes flying.
Oh my god! You have dislocated my shoulder, you bastard!
I can put it back!
There's a Gosberg-shaped hole in the wall, and the fucking council looks out.
Thank you.
It's like that scene from The Incredibles when
Yeah.
he's in the,
Yeah.
the cubicle.
Yeah. And everyone's like,
You almost lost your...
Thank you. I wanted to do that.
I need more. I need wine to. I need wine.
You just need wine.
Old
need
Mudfoot
wine.
comes up to you like, I need wine
You
too.
need a
You
lot of
promised it
things.
me hours ago, and I don't know where it is.
What are you doing
What
here?
are you doing here?
What are you... I asked you first!
Oh, he's coming with us. This is my new friend. Say hi, Mudfoot.
He's with Sigurd, and Sigurd goes, yes, this is our survival expert.
Scratch that. I'll need wine too.
Let's all drink from the sacramental wine.
I'm getting
No.
my own stuff.
It's like, all right, well, let's go get drunk.
Yeah.
I
I'm
need
going
some
to
things.
Help.
bed. I'm going to bed.
Good idea.
going to read.
Let's go to bed.
Torvi stays up all night reading the book on the Feywild.
Okay. Ricky's just gonna take a long rest,
Yeah, Ricky takes a long rest.
and Gosberg is also going to spend the night drinking with his new friend.
Oh my god.
All right. All right.
It's not like he's gonna get diseased anytime soon.
Hmm.
I was mouthing something to Mike. Okay.
Torvi, in your studies of the book on the Feywild,
Yeah.
a lot of it is stories,
Mm-hmm.
but you do come across one tale.
I actually
Uh,
resurrected someone. Yeah. Yeah.
You come across one tale of a woman, a Fey lady called Ramiriel, who is not fully described, but it is talked about that she can raise the dead, basically.
Good to know.
And someone basically bringing their lost love to Ramiriel, and Ramiriel basically making them reborn, coming back.
Okay. Okay.
I resurrected someone once, but I don't think it will be very helpful. In
She
this
is
situation.
said to have a black owl and a white dove that counsel her and can basically tell her the deeds of the dead person and whether or not she should bring them back.
So a person who talks to birds. Sounds like my foot.
Remiriel?
Remiriel, yes.
Remiriel. Okay. Alright. Well.
Me too.
You made
I don't know, I made an axe, I think.
Good work,
Thank you. It's a little small.
especially for you.
a
You give it to that
okay.
axolotl.
I'm going to
What?
get some sleep.
Okay,
Me too.
And when I wake up,
okay.
I'm going to go to...
There, another one you find
Oh,
is Tales of a Face Sorceress who is said to be able to reincarnate people
okay.
and lives in the swamps.
Nice one.
What's her name?
And what is this one called?
They are called the Blister Beast.
The what?
The blister beast?
Okay. That sounds
Alright.
good.
Okay. So,
Sounds like a wonderful thing.
alright. Remiriel and the Blister Beast.
One sounds horrible, and the other probably dangerous.
Remiriel is mentioned as having been met in an enchanted glade. The Blister Beast is mentioned as having been in a swamp.
Let's do the glade, right? That sounds nicer.
I feel like that's, yeah, maybe. But then Wolfgang did kill somebody.
Wolfgang was attempting to save lives.
Exactly.
Well,
So,
Like, we know that. And
But here's the thing, we
That
do not
doesn't-
have proof.
that doesn't mean that after we go to Muriel that we can't try the Blister Beasts.
that's true. That's true.
I
Okay,
think
let's
Remiriel
do
sounds
that.
good. Let's do that.
Yeah. Alright.
Either way, we gotta go to Stalheim.
Well, first
later.
we gotta go.
After we get Karina out.
Yeah, first we gotta get Karina
I think
out.
having Wolfgang alive will probably really help the case.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, I'm going to wake up.
You guys?
After
Okay, so you rest. Arungandir, do you want to go back home real quick or rest in the tavern or where do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll just rest.
I rested in Torvi's room
Yeah.
on the floor.
Okay, yeah, you go to Torvi's house.
actually
Zafrab goes home.
They're not compelled to speak the truth. They can still lie.
So the truth can speak with that.
What a combo.
So, while you guys are all resting, I don't know what that deal with the sheet is. I'm assuming you're going to speak up at some point if you want that to come.
What deal?
I don't know what you were planning, but you asked if there was a sheet,
Oh,
and then nothing came of it,
no.
and I'm suspicious. Okay.
No.
Perhaps you don't look.
Karina was
Row.
being emo.
While you dream,
Not sure.
Thanks, Matt.
you once again find yourself in a wheat field.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hmm?
Hello?
They're gonna hang me. Anyway.
Gosberg, you hear Rose say hello, and you pop up from the wheat field.
Oh, hello! Who are you?
You recognize Ro, a human man with brown hair, or a deer as they choose.
I literally cannot believe you're here right now.
Are you my new friend?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Then you are strangers.
I'm so
What
sorry,
are
I didn't say
strangers
that.
but friends you have not met yet?
You know me.
Yes, but not in a dream. Come here!
If you touch me,
Very well,
if you touch me, you better start praying.
Very well. Shantae, please, guide my hug so that they will reach their heart. Okay.
Stop. Hello?
Hello?
Be quiet. I only come here when someone needs to talk to me. Hello?
You hear the sounds of thunder off in the distance
You know, this is a dream.
from the northeast.
From the northeast. Okay.
Although you don't exactly know northeast and
Yeah.
far, it's a dream.
I'm gonna
You
start
hear it from
walking
a
in that direction.
I will follow.
Yes, you two begin walking through the wheat field.
You know what's the best part about my dreams? My legs aren't fucked up.
That's the best part.
Yes. Also, I can do anything.
If you hi friends voices, if you want to turn me back into like an unknowing deer and I'll just wander away and we can pretend like none of this ever happened. That's totally
You now
Totally
find
great.
yourselves in a village,
Ooh.
mostly destroyed, completely
Oh, shit, never mind.
antithetic, completely the opposite of the gorgeous wheat field in which you found yourselves.
do I recognize
No,
it?
it's not Nutwood. It is a different village, and you see the footsteps of giants.
Oh, this
in the
cannot be
ground.
good.
Are any of the homes like intact?
They are all in various states of destruction.
I'm gonna explore the village.
I'm gonna knock on the first door that I see.
Yeah, you knock on a door, there's no response.
Hello?
I go inside.
Anyone alive? Or dead? This is a dream, so I assume we're in some kind of in-between state.
You find nothing.
Inside.
But you go inside, and you see the dwarves. You see 4 dwarves who you remember seeing from your vision with the drugs. And they're all huddled in a corner, and one of them, who appears to be taking charge, says,
It's like, don't worry. We just hold out a bit longer, then reinforcements will come.
I see.
and they don't seem to. They're talking to each other.
It's like, I have a plan. Don't worry.
Okay.
Thunder still comes.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna try to remember as much as I can about this place.
It's not that place. They're just in like a.
I
it's
know, but
not
I'm
where you
looking
saw
around
the
trying to
dwarves
remember
before.
this place.
Okay.
So that when I wake up.
Yeah, you can absolutely remember the village.
Okay. Any other?
The thunder still comes from farther away.
I keep walking in that direction.
Gosberg's just gonna be walking around asking if anyone's alive.
You don't get any response.
Okay. He's gonna go to the nearest town or nearest house and knock on the door. And if no one opens, he's just gonna open.
Yeah, the nearest house, the door is currently not there. But you see Ro walking out. And then you're both you open the door, you walk through, and then you're both next to each other again.
Hello?
As is the fluid nature of dreams.
Hello,
And you
dear
see
friend.
before you a statue of a Rungandir.
Oh no.
I don't get it.
And his fists are placed together, pressed together like so, wearing the Titan stone knuckles.
Is there a plaque anywhere?
There is no plaque. It is just a statue sitting cross-legged and putting its knuckles together, and he appears to be serene.
I'm gonna go up to
And
this.
there is and the thunder happens again, and then you see a large woman with purplish skin and lightning
Large
sparks
in
coming off.
what
As in,
way?
this is probably like it's a dream, so she's gigantic. She is giant-sized.
Got it.
She is larger than any giant you've ever seen, and she places both hands on the shoulders of the statue of a Rungandir, and then looks up.
This isn't good.
Why? Do you know what's going on? Are you going to kill a Rungandir?
And you look up and you see in the clouds the vague visage of a beautiful yet cruel face of a woman. And you hear laughter, light, hearty, vicious laughter, echoing like thunder across the land.
This will be more dangerous than we thought.
Hmm. I'm not a soothsayer, so do you know what all this means?
Not exactly.
Because all I know is something might happen to Orangandir, or he's going to save us all. One of the two. That's all I know. That's usually what statues mean. Or both. He might die while saving us all.
It does seem our fate lies with him.
Yes.
I hope this does not mean his fate is sealed.
You know, fate's not a concrete thing.
The laughter happens again.
Fate's not a concrete thing.
That face in the clouds is very, very unnerving.
You know what's the creepiest part about all this?
We've reached the source of the...
And then the dream ends.
Oh, okay.
And then Gosberg, you go back into what you were dreaming about before, which is, the rats are doing a luau.
Rats are doing a luau, and I'm
The rats are
chained up in the basement, forced to drink their wine.
The rats are doing a luau.
What a horrible nightmare!
And you're trying to stomp them, but they just, like, bubble away. It's like, stop this!
That's horrible.
And then one
So
pulls out a
sorry.
frying pan and hits you, and you go out the window.
Okay, so I'm awake, though.
Was that about being to do anything in your dreams?
Yeah, he wanted to get his ass kicked, apparently.
Okay, so the first
This
thing
isn't
I'm
a
gonna
controlling
do...
dream. There's
This
no.
isn't a lucid dream.
This isn't lucid.
What?
This is just happening.
Yeah.
And then you're like floating away. It's like, oh come on.
And then you turn into a rat yourself.
Oh!
Join them.
I wake,
I'm
wake up.
You don't remember that.
Oh, good. I'm not a dirty
So I'm gonna
rat.
take this time to teach myself Revivify.
Okay, cool.
So,
Just in case.
You might be needing that.
For what?
I'm
can I have
just
the player's handbook?
because you're
Yeah.
my best friend.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I want to make sure you're okay.
It's good to know.
This is gonna be
Oh yeah,
very
Jordan,
dangerous.
Xanathar's is out for you if you should need it.
However, on that note, I have to go to work.
You have to go. Okay.
Yeah, so,
Farewell.
Goodbye, Maddie.
all right, bye.
It was fun.
But
Bye.
so Ro has Revivify now. So
Good.
Yes.
you guys need to use. I don't know how much longer you guys are gonna be playing. So that's fine.
It's good to
You
know.
need it. I've got that, and I've got the diamond.
They have the diamonds. They both got the diamonds because Zoran had some, but Zoran had to leave because
Thanks.
Gwen isn't playing them anymore.
Thanks, Zoran. What a pal. What a friend.
What a strange
Uh,
bargain.
One quick
Fuck my
note because
keys.
I wrote you a note
Me.
him that fell out. You do have detect magic.
Yes,
from
I
your
put it.
previous
I put it in.
Where the
Okay,
hell
cool.
is mine?
It's
Oh,
on the
just kidding.
It was right there.
Yeah, I got it.
Bye,
It
pal.
fell out of
Oh,
his character.
Can I detect magic on
Have a good
my
one.
bow?
See ya.
See if
I
it's
hope we get
magic.
you out of
Or is it
jail.
just a bow?
Yeah.
I'll detect
I mean,
magic.
does dead count as out of jail?
I hope you don't die.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
They're gonna execute me.
Who knows? Get you out. Listen, I got you.
Sure.
I got you. You're gonna owe me a drink after.
Arungandir, you detect magic and your bow is indeed magical.
Cool. Do I know what kind of magic?
Look at Xanathar's real quick. I think it's a little bit of evocation, tiny little bit,
Tiny little bit of evocation.
and then yeah, something about that, and then
Didn't seem to do anything when I hit Ricky in the chest.
it wasn't specific to Ricky.
Oh.
It didn't apply to
It's
Ricky.
not dwarf.
The second one is transmutation.
What? Okay.
The stronger thing is transmutation.
It's not Ricky Bane.
How? Okay. I guess I'll have to keep shooting things to figure it out.
Or you could just have Zafrad.
Zafrad.
Oh, hey, Zafrad.
You go to
friend.
Zafrad's shop in the morning.
Yes.
Oh, hello there.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
kinda
place this
gather
thing on your
wherever
counter.
Everyone is, so since everyone
This is a greater bow.
Alright.
It's very big, as you can see.
Yeah.
I shot Ricky with it yesterday.
Good job with that.
I can sense a kind of magic from this because I am a Fearbolg who can detect magic.
Mhm.
Could you do a thing?
Sure. All right. Then I take 10 minutes to cast Identify.
Alright,
I don't
you
have a prayer.
you cast Identify as a ritual.
Yeah.
So this bow is so far unnamed.
Okay.
It's up to Arungandir.
Yeah.
It has all the regular qualities of a longbow and an oversized longbow.
Yeah.
So it has two special properties. One, when you knock an arrow to the bow, you can choose to light the tip with basically a small amount of light. This doesn't deal any extra damage, but it is a light source.
Oh, cool. So it's like a flare.
Exactly. You could absolutely use it like that. You could use it to light up your camp. It creates light that goes off bright light for 10 feet, and then dim
That's
light
useful.
for another 10.
That's useful. Okay.
Yeah. It would help you see in the dark.
Yeah.
And that light will basically last about 30 seconds.
All right.
So yes, it could also help you find enemies in the dark, since you yourself do not have dark vision in your normal Fearbolt form.
That is true.
Many different fun. Light. You can shoot
You can do a
arrows
whole
that have
bunch of
light
them.
on their tips now.
Yeah. It's tracer rounds.
The second property. Once a day, when you hit a flying creature with an arrow, you may choose to use the effect of the spell Earthbind.
That's pretty dope.
Awesome.
Earthbind binds it to the earth.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Earthbind, they have to make a strength save or they get ripped
they
down
slam
from the
it.
sky.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
He can once per day use the effects of Earthbind on a flying creature.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what your bow does. That's what Zafrab tells you. A bow that can knock dragons from the sky. That is what Red Steel told you.
Dragon's Rend.
I feel like that's derivative.
Yeah.
That's a scale rend.
It's been done.
Still thinking.
We'll get a good one eventually.
Yeah.
We'll get one
Anchor.
that's...
Anchor.
That's a
Sky anchor.
No,
It's gonna be a
too
naming
long.
session the rest of the session.
Murder reptiles.
that seems a bit long.
Furbold's Repose.
Yeah,
Herbal
some lizard
Revenge.
folk are sitting nearby and go, it's like lizard murder. What?
Mark Zuckerberg is like, yes, kill them. They are filthy
Just
animals.
kill the lizards. Why does everyone have pitchforks?
Just stupid idea.
Furbolg's revenge.
What about? What's the name of the dragon?
Brazamal.
Brazimal's Bane.
Ooh.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Brazimal's
your bow.
Bane is what its name is now. I think it's fitting.
Wouldn't be the first person to name a weapon after a dragon you kill. Yeah.
I'll have to wait to christen it. Though.
Alright, you wanted to get
It's
your arrow.
So, first and foremost, I'm gonna gather all y'all people, except for Karina, who's
You
in
bust
jail.
her out. Come on.
Come on,
You
let's
call me
go to
a
the barrels.
What do you need? What's good?
Well, I'm gonna tell you about the stuff that I learned from the Fey book, or the book on the Feywild.
Oh, the Fae.
And I'm gonna say it could be a chance to help Karina even more than you guys already did.
Well, I do vote for the field. Swamps often breed foul things.
I think we tried the Remiriel, but then if not, the Blister Beast.
The Blister Beast.
The Blister Beast is our next shot.
Fine. Let's do it.
I also have
Also-
something to say. Sorry, go.
Oh,
My bad.
also Zafrab.
Yeah.
Would you mind identifying this? I've never had it identified.
Alright. Just give me 10
Maybe
minutes.
Wings Rend.
Alright, then what are you having me identify?
My golden arrow.
Okay, I will identify the golden arrow.
Yeah, you take some time to do that. So the golden arrow, you find it. You've already known about some of its properties for a time, like how it splits other arrows down the middle. Orangandir, you are keeping an weary eye on this thing now, because you now have special custom arrows.
I will hit your arrows with it.
These are nice.
You ascertain that it is one of a set called the Splitters. And they have that power, basically. They're hardier than normal arrows, and they split other arrows, and they're better for hitting things. This particular one is called Seeker. And it basically has the power to find hidden enemies.
Oh, cool. Cool.
It will go around corners, it will find things that are an enemy who is invisible. Basically, it can do a few different things, but basically if you suspect that there is an enemy hidden away, that you are not aware of their location or presence, who is truly a danger to you, you can let the arrow loose and it will find them if they are close enough. If you speak the command word, which Torvi has not known this whole time.
Okay.
What is the command?
Do you know?
I would figure that out from identifying.
You would. You know the command word. I didn't come up with one. That's up to you.
Okay.
You can leave it. You guys can leave it vague, or not you necessarily. Whoever wants to has a good suggestion.
Find?
It's not super necessary.
Rumpelstiltskin.
No, it would not be
I have something to say that could affect all fingers.
You go into the Google Drive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all your guys' magical items are now on the Google Drive. It has been updated and has some fun stuff.
Oh.
It's the finalized versions for now.
For now.
I could always nerf things or make them better. You don't know. I definitely nerfed the Wand of Improbability. Get on that.
I saw it. It has 3 charges now.
Yeah. Like 7 or 9 or whatever it was was too powerful. It was unlimited power.
It was
too much power for one gnome to have.
Unlimited power!
But from what I understood before, it didn't recharge.
Orangandir, I need to speak to you for a second.
I didn't
About what?
put that in the text
dream
message.
about
but
It's
yeah.
about what?
Oh, okay. But
Do I
yeah,
want to know?
This one.
Yes! And I tell him the dream that I had with the deer.
Yeah, he tells you about that. And the statue, from how he describes it, sounds remarkably similar to the bearded giant man statue you found in the cave.
It's foreboding.
So that area
Yes.
is the seeker then?
Yeah.
Of the splitters?
I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I asked you.
I need to go consult my mother.
And I need to go consult my wife. I enjoy my wife's company, okay? Shut up!
My wife.
My wife.
No, it's fine. It's good.
We are going to live together for a long time.
Okay. I don't know why you phrased it that way, but like it was some kind of foreboding.
Probably
Look into the
not. I am
future.
a very odd man, so I say odd things.
I know. You are.
Yes.
Okay.
Good to talk to you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So I'm gonna go and talk to my mother, see if she knows anything about this. I don't know. Did I even ever tell like the wise people from my village about the statue or anything I found?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna go and tell them right now. I guess I kept it to myself.
I mean, you just wandered in one day with fancy new gauntlets and a fucking boulette. Dead boulette.
They just didn't care.
I assume there's a story there people wanted to hear.
Well, okay, fine.
Sorry. Testing out words.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell her my dream, the dream that was had about me.
This is strange.
Yes, it is strange. To be fair, the person who told me this was also rather bizarre. So.
And you will say you're sitting in a temporary lodging of like a tent, a large tent set up where the shamans of your tribe are residing. So Sigurd is there and some other folk, wise men and women. The statue represents strength in many forms. It's not the statue itself necessarily isn't a bad thing.
I assume that the scary laughter.
The scary laughter is bad. The scary laughter is something bad.
It sounds.
That's for
it
sure.
sound- yeah,
Yes,
it
that's
sounded bad.
definitely. Everyone
Yeah.
agrees. Like, yeah, no.
Everybody's nodding their heads.
It's like, yeah. She says, perhaps that is the great force behind the giants, or something unseen, something shrouded to us as of yet,
well,
in the
there's
form
always
of a wicked woman. The storm giantess I find the most interesting part, though. I don't know the meaning behind that. I can't guess as to what that means.
I have no idea what the noble race has to do with us.
Perhaps it will become clear with time.
Thank you for your counsel.
Watch for the signs, Orangundir.
I will remember your teaching.
You would better.
I will.
Make sure to keep up on your druidic studies.
Yes, mother.
And make sure to wash behind the ears while you're gone.
Yes, mother.
Make sure to eat. He doesn't eat sometimes. He goes too long and he's
Mother.
explaining this to your cousin.
Who are you, me?
Other people in the room.
I'm just gonna leave.
For you're more embarrassed. Good answer. Good
yeah.
call.
Red in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're walking through. Your people have gathered here in tents and other temporary lodgings.
I'm gonna
near
check
cave
up on a
system
few of them,
caves.
see how they're doing.
Huh?
Checking up on a few of them. See
Yeah,
how
check
they're
up on a few. You see Jessica and you're like, oh.
doing. Jessica's a thing.
She survived.
Jesus, she did. Well, she's scary enough.
And you see a centaur woman who Sigurd introduces you to. Rongundir, this is Lylea the Swift. And-
Lylea, honored.
Yeah, so this centaur woman is wearing chainmail, which is a little bit unusual for a centaur. On the human half, obviously. Not so much the horse half. She has a bow on her back, and she is a much older woman. The humanoid portion, her hair is graying and has braids all through it. She has the look of a woman who, in her youth, was quite beautiful, and then now age is starting to take its toll. She's like, "Good to meet you.
And you?
I have been asked to be your guide through Hakam.
We are honored.
My hard traveled far and wide in those valleys. I have not been to all of it, but I know more than most. I would be honored to accompany you and make sure that your journey is as safe as possible."
We are lucky to have you.
And she bows a little bit.
I do the same. Now it's time to get this business done with Fey creatures. We're going to revive a corpse. And then I leave.
Yeah, you walk away, and she's like, my, this is going to be an exciting journey, isn't it? So what do you guys want to do? What are we doing for Fae stuff?
Let's head to the valley, because I'm scared of swamps. I want it all be known.
Well,
There's
let's-
trolls hiding in the water.
There are ogres, and they have layers.
First off, morning hits. Ricky and Karina, you guys are in a cell. And there's a tiny
Reese's
cell
gonna be
window.
sitting against the wall. Where he's just going to him up.
He's got a
You have the-
baseball that he's...
you have the harmonica. Stuck in a cell, Karina.
Don't you should, last. Don't kill anyone. Yeah.
Did Gosberg ever
Get
hand
you
over
out.
the boots and the smoke?
Why would he?
Okay. You hear a sound.
That noose is sounding real tempting right now.
You sound to go.
Last
You hear.
me.
You feel the
Last.
mental connection of your familiar nearby.
Hello?
You look up at the cell window, which has bars in it, and you see holding behind the 2 bars. He's small enough to step through, but he's not.
Hello? What are you doing here? What are you doing? Are you here to help me? Alright, if we weren't gonna get out of here, we gotta be quick. You got to go.
You get the mental communication like, I'll kill the guards. It's an
Oh my
axolotl.
God.
Alright, okay. First off, I need you to create a distraction. And then, boom. Alright?
Then boom.
He's not communicating
Is he
like
telling
at all.
the axolotl to blow himself up?
Yes, he's Chaozu. He can blow himself up.
Oh man. Alright, you ready? You ready?
Dragon Ball.
Okay, well, I was fucking around. What are you actually
Voltron.
planning with this fucking axolotl? What is the plan?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm honestly just seeing what you're gonna do with an axolotl.
Okay, I was
You can
checking.
have
I was
him
making
try
sure.
and steal the key.
Because I told him, here's the thing, I told him to essentially try to go make a distraction. I want to see what you're gonna think up for the distraction.
Okay, cool. I was just,
I want to see what you're gonna do. 'cause
I was
think it's gonna be
I
funny,
was just
yeah.
getting some clarification.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you guys are. First off, you absolutely heard this. This smells not big. This cell is not big enough for you, and you have a passive perception of 19.
Yeah.
Unless Ricky decided to do it
You just look
mentally, but I don't think he did.
I
They just
swear
for-
to God, if I get killed because of you, I'm going to be very upset.
I will hunt you.
A few minutes pass.
Ghost
You know,
Karina.
this is how people get revenants, right?
Oh, believe me, the thought occurred to me.
Revenant Ricky?
No, revenant me.
Wait, what's Revenant?
Revenant is a vengeful spirit.
Oh.
It's a vengeful spirit who was wrongly murdered and comes back to kill their murderer.
Oh, okay.
But then promptly dies.
Yeah.
So a few minutes pass, and then from the other room, you can't see everything. Your cell has a very narrow
Hey, Jonathan,
line of sight.
Chocolates.
Yeah, man.
But you hear a "Ow!"
God.
and you see pass by your cell a tiny axolotl in a helmet. By the way, you no longer have your dread helm, so they
Yeah.
know Ricky is the sensual death, and you're sure your secret identity has been loosed. I forgot about that. I just realized that. You see a tiny axolotl with a tiny helmet and glowing red eyes running by you guys, and it has like a tiny ship. A tiny axolotl-sized ship. And like a fucking
the
guard,
with
like a
him at all
human
times.
guard, is like, "What the fuck?" and comes running after it. And you see there's like a tiny little pockmark in his pants where there's like a tiny little like a not even an inch big,
Like a thumbtack?
yeah, like a thumbtack pool of blood on his legs. Like, what the fuck? And he's like looking for that. Did you see an axolotl run by here?
No!
Shit.
Oh my god, there it is!
What? Where?
And I'm gonna use
It runs by him again and stays shanks him
And I'm going
again.
to see if I can't see it and it back turn to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to grab the keys. Or at least not to grab the keys, but to knock it off
He
himself.
does not have keys on
Okay,
his
never mind.
That would have been awesome.
Damn it! I was gonna do a plan!
It shanks him again. It's not doing damage. It's a fucking axolotl.
It's annoying! It's not even. It's
There's no,
annoying.
It's just
there's
gonna look
no
like he-
chance this thing
It's
can
gonna
kill
look like
him.
he tried to shave his legs really badly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it looks like someone stabbed him with a thumbtack.
Are you looking at this? Or are you not looking at Ricky?
I'm so disinterested. So annoying.
It runs by him again. It's like, son of a bitch!
Oh man.
And it's like running under things he can't get under, so he spends like 10 minutes basically like trying to prod it out from under a cabinet.
I'm going to basically get Apollo to say like, just stay under the freaking lowest object you can find and just keep this guy distracted. I hate this motherfucker. Just keep it distracted and shank him every time you get a chance. I'm just gonna fuck with this guy now.
That's basically what happens for the foreseeable future.
The man goes mad.
Until Apollo gets tired and then has to rest, and it's like
Falls
it
asleep.
doesn't. It's trying to come up with plans.
I'm gonna fuck with this guard now. It's gonna be fun.
Did you see
Alright,
that
let's back to
axolotl?
my harmonica.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Cut to. Cut to. Swipe. Swipe.
I get
Next.
It's an improv thing.
Next
Damn.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys do? Your team is gathered. We'll say it's the three of you and Asgrix and Peepers, for the sake of thing. And Gosberg. I forgot Gosberg is this thing.
Gosberg exists.
Gosberg and the Lion.
Cosberg exists.
And then Ro is...
There.
Ro is not there. Ro
Okay.
is going to try and figure out what their vision stuff meant, and they're going to be doing...
Trying to get more maybe of that weed.
You were
That
there.
allure root.
It's harder to find now. Mark Zuckerberg ran out.
Idiot.
He ran out.
Oh yeah, you guys weren't here. You
bison.
two weren't here. I basically had him come in shock, and basically Buffalo found his garden
He was so
because he
sad.
just planted it out in the forest, and a herd of buffalo found it.
No fences.
Nope.
I never had a fence described to me, and
They are paying for it.
Don't-
You just see like Buffalo just kind of like
Buffalo love a lore root. I don't know what to tell you, man.
And
Oh, there's
here,
a bunch of high buffalo out in the woods.
They love a lore. Yeah, there's.
and
They're
here,
because
just
of
like
how much they
cats.
ate, they can start speaking now.
With catnip.
I have
oceans of Strahd.
gained
Yeah.
sentience.
That's unfortunate.
I
have
tossed around the idea of an
transcended-
awakened dog for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Now there's nothing. Now the entire forest is full of buffalo
Hey,
who wants to
I have a
do-
question.
Yeah.
Would it
They're
have been
all in vision
possible for me
quests.
to have picked up the Saint Bernard as a pet?
Not quite. Perhaps with time, they are going to have to figure out what to do with the dog.
They have to have their mourning period. Alright. It's fair. They'll learn to love me.
Did
Tyler?
they remove the corpses from the street? The
Yes,
dog. Okay.
they were removed. Tyler, so you have something to do. You can play as Peepers, if you wish.
I have Mala.
You have. Where is Mala, actually?
Who's Mala?
My owl.
Oh yeah.
My beast companion.
Mala shows up at the window holding a shiv.
Mala can fuck that guard up. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
just in one cloth shiv flying.
It goes,
She has flyby. You just
Yeah,
loop and
she
you
used to
fuck
be like-
with him.
just like, and then a line appears across his neck. Ah.
Yeah. At a certain point, Gillis comes in and goes, "What the fuck is happening? There's a fucking tiny pink lizard around here somewhere. It keeps stabbing me."
Stabbing me in the ankle, man. It hurts.
And he just
It's
looks at him.
annoying.
It runs by again and gets him. Ah, son of a bitch! It's going through my boot. Gillis goes up, grabs like a billy club, goes up to the cell, whams it on the bars like, "Ricky!"
Oh, for the love of God, stop screaming.
Call off the fucking lizard.
I didn't do anything. Please don't hurt me.
Oh my
I
God.
am a weak man. Please don't do anything.
Ricky, call off the lizard.
He's like the worst liar.
Yeah.
I was
Make a wisdom save.
What?
Make a wisdom save. You're technically also in the zone, but I'm not gonna bother having
10.
you roll. It doesn't matter. 10.
What is it for?
It's a zone of truth.
Oh, okay.
You're not even speaking, so.
Okay.
It's a zone of truth. Did you make a lizard come in here and start fucking shaking my guards?
No!
It's like, is it your lizard?
No!
Whatever is in there, it's your. You're in a zone of truth. You failed. You have to tell the truth.
No. Axolotls aren't lizards.
I know. You're telling me that little pink thing isn't yours?
Yes! Wait, no! No!
Which is it?
It's yes!
If you want his lizard, there's a flying snake in his shop.
I know. We are aware of the snake.
That's not a lizard.
We're aware of that.
The pink
flying
thing
menace.
is yours.
Yes!
I know, because I fucking had reports of that shit.
Okay, good! Sorry, it's very low. He just wants me out of here because we used to play a lot.
Can you call him off?
Yes, Apollo, call off the attacks! Stop Operation Shake a Bitch!
He even had a name. That's not suspicious.
Yeah,
That's
it
another
fucking
10
scurries
years,
into
Ricky.
your cell, goes up, climbs up the window, gets to the bar windows, flips the cards off, and jumps backwards.
Ricky is sticking his own grave.
Yeah.
Well,
Back to you three.
alright. So, where is this place?
Where is Mala? Do you want to command Mala to follow them?
Yeah.
To have follow them?
Because, like, Mala didn't come with me, so she doesn't know where I am. So she's just gonna, like...
Mala.
Hello, bird.
Runs away. Gosberg and
Waves
Torby.
with one wing while trying to fly.
Gosberg and Torby can talk to animals.
Are you okay, Meg?
Yeah, I'm just having too much fun.
Gosberg and Torby can talk to animals, and she can sort of understand those. Well, Orangandir more than Saffron, but Fearbolgs and Forest Gnomes
she
have
understands the languages that I speak.
Yes.
So she understands Common and Elvish.
Yeah.
And I can.
And that, if anything,
And Draconic.
this group of 4
She's a
people,
mini dragon.
honestly, for communicating with any kind of animal, this group of 4 is actually pretty well set up for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the people sitting at all the characters at the table. Yeah.
Hello, Owl.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing up there? Why are you not with your master?
I don't know where she is.
She is
I
in jail.
nudge really hard.
Oh.
Yes. You need a hug.
No?
That is your choice. Okay.
Okay.
It's
We're
okay,
going to
we're
help
gonna-
release
we're
your
gonna help
master.
her.
Come with us.
Yes. We will make sure she is not hung by dawn.
What?
What?
Don't listen to him. He's being
Slow.
stupid.
Okay.
Dog humor is the best humor.
I need
You mean
no,
gallows
look up
humor?
her stats.
I believe that is specifically gallows humor.
So, where is this place?
I go to the little ring place and I
The fairy circle.
and I
Yeah, go
think
ahead,
of happy thoughts.
Yeah, you all. Oh, Andy, what is your happy thought as you go through the fairy circle of mushrooms?
Cookies, milk, and a nice
It's like a memory.
piece of newspaper.
Yeah, you have a happy memory of that. You may go.
Okay, so I step through and I'm like, follow me.
Okay.
You all think of happy memories, happy thoughts,
Mm-hmm. Of
and you
course.
step through. And you are now in the Feywild again.
Last time I was here, my blood turned white.
It's still weird.
It looks like a very similar forest to the one you were just in, but a little more nice and beautiful. Little wisps of light in the air.
You know, there's some kind of charm, I guess.
We should have brought the body.
You can do so, honestly.
Okay, we brought the body.
It's right here in this pouch.
Alright.
I have over my shoulder.
Alright.
Yeah, if you tell Gillis you're going to try to get him resurrected, he'll give it up for that.
Alright, we do that. We do that.
Yeah.
That's what we do. So I'm gonna start walking.
To where?
Did it say anything?
It didn't give you an exact location.
Did
no.
it give a direction?
No. It was just a story.
In the story, what happened?
Were there any landmarks or anything like that?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, did they climb a mountain?
no,
Did
you
they-
probably have to ask someone.
Okay.
It was just the story of like this guy lost his
Alright.
love, and they brought them
I'm gonna get
to
low.
Ramiriel, and then you find other stories of the Blister Beast, who is capable of all these different magics.
Gutterkin. Gutterkin. Come here, guys. Trying to find him.
I'm like, we just
Guys,
go
any
ask
have any
Sepple.
Oh. Yeah, I guess. Do you know where? You know where to find?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you guys know how to
Yeah.
get to Sepples.
We'll find. We'll go.
We go to Sepples.
I like
Alright.
Gutterkin better.
Yeah, you know Muddlemore Village is very far.
Yeah, I know.
Farther. But yes, you can certainly get to Sepples.
Gutterkin are cuter.
Faster, you bought a horse. You can certainly bring the mounts.
What's
I'll
going
take
on?
the body on the horse too.
Oh, you know, we're resurrecting a body.
Oh, okay, cool.
So for the sake of things,
I need you.
you have your mount. You have your mount.
I turn
Jonathan
into
can turn
an
into a
animal.
mount for Zafrab.
I am a dire wolf.
Or can
right
just
now.
carry me.
Zach,
Yeah.
you want
Or
to
you
ride on
can
the
ride.
lion?
You can ride on someone else's mount. 2 people per thing is always an option.
Well, I got the body though.
Yeah, you do have a body.
And I got a lion.
Oh,
And he can also
lion.
ride Asgrix.
Yeah,
Okay.
Asgrix. You can ride Asgrix if Asgrix will let you.
And then Orangutandir is an animal sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And Mala is getting to the size where people can ride her.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
It's not there yet.
Just
Give it,
right
a,
top.
Getting
give it a
closer.
couple more months.
Yeah, I know.
A little more, and then Zafra. I think she's still in small at the moment.
Oh, so she could carry Zafrab.
No.
Oh, never mind.
And then medium is where she'll be able to carry Zafra.
Oh, right, okay.
As far as a riding as a mount, I think you need to be a size larger.
Okay.
Has
She
to be
might be
at
able to
least-
pick him up.
Fly!
Oh, it'd be like that.
But it would not a long-term
Right.
riding thing.
It'd be like those freaking dwarves and griffins in the second Wardrobe Chronicles. If you know that.
No, I don't.
No. Lion Witch and the Wardrobes. Prince
All right,
Caspian?
and you guys head off to Sepples, and you find the hedge maze and garden that is her property. You see the palace of wood and bark in the center of it. You see the floating island in the back that looks like it has a path up to it of other rocks. And you know about basically the Gutterkin entrance that everyone who is not Safrab has to duck to get through some other places. That is basically a super shortcut through the whole damn thing.
We do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think a Rungandir probably like turns into something that allows him to be able to go through, and then you guys have to dismount. Do you do anything with the body? Do you leave it out? Because the horses can't come through this entrance.
Mala
Your
will
mount
protect it.
Your mount is
Yeah,
smart
okay.
enough that
Mala will defend.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
they can
Close
watch
through.
over it.
Okay.
Papers will help.
Guys, we
Mala
leave
defend?
Cornelius to watch over it.
So Mala, Cornelius, and Peepers are all defending the body.
What do you want to
Cornelius,
ask
if someone wants to remove the
Asgrix
cult, eat
will
it. Destroy
defend
the
as
evidence.
well.
All right. The
Mala,
two
Cornelius, Asgrix, and not Zafra, but
Peepers.
Peepers are defending.
one for everyone.
Yes.
I'll ask Rungandir if he still wants that mongoose.
Oh
we
yeah.
found.
Who's gonna name it?
It was I think it was called. I had a name for it.
You want
Speaking of which,
It was Joey.
Everything.
A
everything.
mongoose.
All of us are dead.
Yeah, everyone's leaving their animals and familiars to watch over the body while you guys go into the palace on the back of a horse.
That face of hurt.
So I was curious, like, did Rungandir have Joey the mongoose this entire time?
Joey the mongoose?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mongoose you found in the giant's bag.
Yes.
Just soap is just.
Joey has been with me. My dear friend Joey has been with me the entire time.
Yeah, you haven't. I say you probably wouldn't have wanted to let him go because you don't think he's native to this continent.
Yeah.
So it's easier to help you take care of him.
one mongoose? What's he gonna do? Breed and destroy the entire rat population?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually. if
Hey,
ever
you were
wanna
having
borrow-
issues with rats, right?
Huh?
You were having issues with rats,
Yeah, but they're
right?
smart enough to kill a mongoose.
The
These
rats.
rats specifically. These are like thug rats.
These rats are mafia rats.
Listen,
Rats.
I've trained my mongoose.
These rats have trained to kill me, so you know.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure.
They're just occasionally like.
Stop making the rats tougher than they're supposed to be. They can form a swarm of rats if they get their cousins together, and that's it.
No, but, like occasionally.
They
we'll
might
go
be
down-
able to form a
we'll go down
swarm.
into the basement of the church, and there's like fucking traps. He's like, "What the hell?" And then the rats are like,
They just Home Alone his ass all the time.
She was like,
but they're
oh.
like they're like this big. It's like a little tiny pitfall trap. He's like,
Oh.
Anyway, we left the animals out.
He walks out. Ooh. It's like from Family Guy. A hat, puts it on it. Ewok trap comes and hits it.
I'm just imagining that he goes to the dark room like, ooh, this is dark. Pulls a freaking cord suddenly, a freaking iron falls out of nowhere, hits him in the head.
Yeah.
anvil.
Oh, the character's dead.
Oh yeah, that's how it would happen.
The rats were in league with the orcs during the war.
I knew it.
They're orc rats. They have little tusks.
Oh, that's adorable, actually.
Continuing, you guys make your way to Seppel's palace.
Okay.
You get up to the doors, and you know it's the same as you've seen it before. There are flowers just everywhere. The coming of winter does not seem to have affected Seppel's domain all that much, and the doors open by themselves as you approach.
Okay.
And you see standing in the hallway, Joji, the little salamander getterkin. He's like, "Hello!
So,
I've been told to expect you as a few minutes ago. You wish to see the mistress?
yes. So I have a question.
Yeah, you direct your question to this little bipedal salamander fellow.
Okay, who is your mistress?
Seppel,
Okay, who is Seppel?
the Archwarden of Blossoms.
Okay.
Lady of the Court of the Fae.
Can I pretend that I understood all that?
Sure.
Thank
You
you.
may do what you like.
Okay, so what's going on now?
Yeah, he leads you up the stairs,
Ugh, stairs.
and you are taken to Seppel. And she is there sitting at no, she's not sitting. I think you find her, and you enter a room that has many bookcases in it, and she is kind of just floating about 10 feet off the air with a book in hand.
Oh, that is the most
Near a
inefficient
bookshelf.
way to read a book.
Can I help you?
You hot?
No, I'm going to the restroom.
Oh.
Can I help you?
Um.
More than I have, I mean.
True.
Thank you.
We're trying to resurrect the body.
Gosberg.
Subtle.
What? What? Is it better to be direct than indirect?
Yes, we humbly
but-
do request that you help us find the body.
Or resurrect
Find
the
a
body.
body.
I mean, excuse me, resurrect one. There are plenty of bodies to find. If you go to find a cemetery.
We have a body with us. A man who was a good man, loved dogs,
But too much if you ask me.
Just tell them. Just tell them.
and we need to save him in order to save our friend. And even if it wasn't to save our friend, I would still save him. So if there's... And I know of these two... Sorry, I read a book about this place, and I'm getting way off topic. I always
Yes, you
do
are.
in your presence. I am sorry. Okay. Let me start over.
Do you know where there's a valley?
There's many valleys. That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Apparently, there's this fade that
Remiriel.
It's that name I haven't heard in a long time.
Okay. What about the Blight Beast?
Blister beast.
Blister Beast, that one.
The Blister Beast I'm more familiar with. Yes, she's one of my fellow courtiers.
What does that mean?
She's part of the court.
No, what does courtier mean?
Part of the court.
Really? Oh man, I need to work on my dictionary then.
More than that.
Is she like you? Is she good?
She... good is
A subjective term.
subjective. I don't think she's an awful person, no. She's certainly not evil. And you would be hard-pressed to find someone more powerful in the Feywild. She's quite possibly one of the most gifted mages in the world.
Does she ask for a price for service?
That depends what you're asking for. Most people don't go to her with dead bodies, but... I think she can raise the dead, yes.
What does she look like and is she terrifying?
What about Remiriel?
Remiriel... That one's tougher. You could search and find one of the glades. I believe she lives in the Unicorn's Glades somewhere south, but she's not part of the court. I'm not aware of where she lies.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I could take you to the Blister Beast if you so wished. But if you wanted to find Remuriel, I can offer little help.
No, I think the Blister Beast would be our best chance.
I don't know.
What does it even look like?
If Sepple vouches
You will
for
know
her.
her when you see her.
True,
That does
but-
not narrow it down at all.
Reincarnate is different.
It's still...
Bringing someone back to dead from the light, but whatever. Bringing back someone from the dead
If I have a question.
isn't that easy. We should have more effort.
You're a wizard, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how come
That's
you can't
true.
bring people back to life?
Because that's normally not what wizards do.
Really? I mean, can you bring it back as like a zombie?
Wizards can do a lot.
That's necromancy, and I don't normally deal in necromancy.
Ah, I see. Shame. Really?
Coming from a paladin.
We're all just laughing at Jordan. Like, not as this kid.
My 100 other characters, maybe. This one, no.
Yeah.
I can't be persuaded.
It's not like I
D&D
would rob
is
an
fun.
entire graveyard of dragonborn.
Hey, I had help.
You all did agree to help.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
what-
No, I'm
we
not-
started
I'm
with
not-
you guys helping him.
I'm not
for
agreeing
money.
with that.
Some for money, some for kicks.
And you also cost the Dragonborn his job because of that.
None of you have a high ground.
I have no high ground.
It's over. I have middle ground.
It's either the high ground or my ground.
No one did anything wrong with it.
Look, we all got away with it. Let's just end it at that.
Alright. Fine, let's go to this. Blister Beast.
Yes! Blister Beast
Well,
onward!
If you think that... I mean...
It's up to you.
This is a diplomacy. Who wants to do Blister Beast? Raise your hand.
Blister Beast it is.
Now, who wants to do the impronounceable name one? Raise your hand.
Wait.
It's only unpronounceable to you.
I say that we do the Blister Beast first, and if we talk to her, and if it ends up not being a deal that we agree with, then we look for...
I agree.
I'm gonna wait until...
Remuriel?
Yeah, Remuriel.
Sounds good. Let's go.
So we're
Okay.
gonna go off to find a Blister Beast.
I'll blast the boss.
All right.
No,
Bast.
we're gonna let
Blunderbuss?
Sepple take it.
Sepple can take you.
Blister
I will-
Cysts.
I will ask Sepple to kindly take us to the Blister Beast.
Not roughly.
Waiting in the self-execution.
All right. Just let me just check how a spell works real quick and the timing. I looked how it works. Just need the timing. Just okay, one action. Just checking. So she goes, everyone join hands.
Should I get the
body's
body?
downstairs. Oh,
I'm gonna run.
Let's go get it.
I run back with the body.
I'll meet you outside. You guys go out to the body. And you're Zafrab just walking straight. The rest of you kind of have to crawl or go around corners and stuff because of this small gutter kitten entrance.
Why do we have to go through this entrance every time?
It's shorter than the actual maze.
every time we
In both height
establish
and
that
length.
Zafrab is like shorter, I just imagine Jordan like squished like this with a little pointy hat because of gnome.
Well, the
And I'm just like, well, that's Zafrab.
Listen, all
But all the other
Orangandir
times
wants
it's
is
just
to
Jordan.
raise the roof.
To what?
I just like change
All
size.
Orangandir wants is to raise the roof.
I also want that.
Whoop, whoop.
Shoot the whoop.
Alright, you guys get outside, and in a puff of flowers, Sepple appears in front of you guys.
Nice.
Flower stuff.
Flower step.
Alright. It's up to like 8.
Figure it out.
So we're going to need to make some we're going to need to make a stop to. We're going to need to make a stop to a different plane, so 12 of you, if you would be so kind and escort everyone back to your world really quickly.
Okay.
And you use Wayfinder and find a path
Yeah.
in a little pond. There's some trees, and everyone goes back to the mundane realm. And once you're there, she says, I can only take myself and 8 creatures. Obviously you 4, not all your pets can come, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Asgrix will not come.
Asgrix, Mala,
I can summon Cornelius anywhere I want, so.
Cornelius, horse, Peepers.
We should take Peepers.
We might have just enough, but
Oh,
there's a
Mala.
horse also. You can certainly leave something to guard the horse or just tie it up or something.
Well, again, I don't need him.
Yeah, you don't need Cornelius, so you
yeah.
can leave him.
We can leave Asgrix with the horse.
Alright, you leave the cats. Taking Peepers, taking Mala, leaving Mala.
Taking Mala.
Taking peepers.
I'll put my weasel.
Alright, Mala lands on
I'll take my
Brungadeer's shoulder.
yeah,
Joey,
Joey, and I'll put him in.
you can rename him if you want.
Joey's cool.
Put him in the back of the
Joey goes in the horse's pouch.
Alright, Joey's hanging out with the horse. Is Peepers coming?
Yeah.
Alright. You all join hands at Seppel's instruction. Peepers, you guys are trying to figure out what to do with him. You're like, do we, because he doesn't have hands. He's just kind of got
He can
eye
just sit
stalks.
on one of our hands.
Sits
Do
on
we,
my
Touch
head.
him.
and she goes, oh, for fuck's sake, and just like puts him in your palm. And then puts the person who's next to you palm over him. There. It's not my first rodeo.
I don't get it.
Okay.
And you guys teleport. And all the animals look very surprised.
Whoa.
Am I
Cool.
tripping?
You appear in a swamp.
Oh, swamps.
A dark and dismal swamp. You hear the sounds of strange birds.
Get out of my swamp.
Smell that, everyone?
Does Mala understand them?
I mean, it's bird sounds. You know, it's just, you know,
Do you know
stuff
the
going on
language
in
of
the swamp.
birds?
You see,
It's just people going, hey!
Hi.
Yeah. you see deeper within some of the same wisps, but something's different about them. You see lights all around. You see plants that, and mushrooms and all kinds of stuff that doesn't look 100% right. And Seppel says, head east and can follow this road and you will find her home. There's not much of a road, it's some dirt really, it's just a path from people having walked it enough, her having walked it enough. This is as far as I go. Do be careful of yourselves. Exposure to living light is not favorable to anyone.
Wait, living light? How does, what does that mean?
It's dangerous stuff. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Ballista Beast is well accommodated, but I myself am not. I'll stay here and await your return.
Okay.
Get on.
Thank you very much.
So you guys begin walking through the swamp,
Walking
dark
around.
and dreary, and you look around and you see all these different sights, and it doesn't look like a normal swamp. There are plants that occasionally let loose toxic fumes you can see in the distance. You see,
Those look bad.
in some places, living light crystals growing out of trees.
Ooh.
Don't touch those.
They are
Don't
these
touch
bright
them.
crystals, glowing white, but you can see all the colors of the rainbow reflecting in them. They are quite beautiful.
Oh,
Touch
yeah.
it. See what happens.
Okay.
I did not say that in character.
That was evil.
That was not in
I know,
character.
I
That was
know.
Fabling.
That was
That was
Fabling.
Jordan. That was Jordan
Yeah.
channeling the other gnome.
He's like, I want to see what can happen. I want to experiment.
Say, anyone, out of curiosity, what do these things do if you touch them? Because if no one says anything, I will touch them because they are pretty.
Can I make him, like, an Arcana check?
You know it's possible to touch them, but they long-term exposure might not be great, and any real harm might not be great.
I will
Real harm to the crystals might result in bad things.
It's just bad things, Gosford. Bad things.
That's what you've been told.
Can I pet one?
No.
Who says we have to believe anybody then?
Mala is just sitting.
You just try and punch them.
Yeah.
I got siege breaker.
I'm like occasionally doing this.
I
Like
was so
occasionally.
close to destroying.
And as
that
you're
axe.
walking, you actually find a skeleton that appears to have living light crystal growths all over him.
Oh, okay. I know why I should not touch those now.
And the skeleton looks up at you
Done that.
There.
Done that.
and makes a swipe.
Oh shit.
Oh.
We've done that.
I can't believe we've
Natural
done
20s.
Okay. Wait, what's going on?
The skeleton is swinging at you.
Wait,
The
why?
skeleton is
These things
swinging
are
at you.
Wait, why? What's going on?
It's alive.
Oh, okay. Ah!
7
You know, it'd be cool if one of you guys was a cleric.
plus
I
2.
know, right?
Turn undead.
I'm a paladin.
And let's see
That's the
what
next
color
one.
its crystals are. Its
Yeah.
crystals are all
Jonathan,
opalescent
When
What's
Kuna
that
at the moment.
dies, I plan on putting
You don't know what that means.
Wait,
What?
what?
Color is
What?
opalescent.
Once she
It's
gets
opalescent.
executed,
It's
I'm bringing
very
the fire
opaly and
back.
rainbowy and
Oh.
Opaly and rainbowy.
Doesn't that,
Like Mother
isn't that
Pearl.
iridescent?
Yeah.
Isn't that iridescent?
It's like
kind
opal
of
and
cleric?
iridescent put together. It's
Um,
opalescent.
Yeah, that's
Probably
weird, but
like
okay.
cleric.
That cleric was cool.
so yeah, it hits you and then roll
How disappointed are you guys going to be when you get back and everyone's been executed?
roll for initiative, guys.
In like 3 weeks.
Against one single skeleton.
Darn
It
it.
would be very
I rolled a 7
disappointed.
on the die.
I did too. Twinsies.
Yeah, that's
animals that are there too. Okay.
That's a 10.
that's a 16.
That's a 10 for me.
Damn
Gosberg,
I got 7.
what is your Meg? Tori?
18.
I
Okay.
forgot.
The Skelecron goes first. And it is going
Oh,
to
how much damage did I take?
you took I believe 8 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Which is slightly reduced by your great
Oh, yeah,
armor
so that-
heavy armor master.
So that's what, 7 or 8 to
that's-
5, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now it's gonna try to hit you again.
Mhm.
And
Got my shield and
it gets a
everything.
14 to hit,
That will not hit.
and then another natural 20 to hit.
Okay.
So
This is because I rolled in that one on my first time.
That's what you get.
13 points of damage reduced to 10.
Okay.
And then its crystal begins to glow a little bit,
Wom, 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 wom,
hand me
wom,
that.
wom.
and it's gonna try to smack you. Well, hand you what?
Then first.
Here you go.
Thank you. Look at Cavalier stuff.
And it's gonna try to hit you, and that's a 23.
To hit?
Yeah,
That'll hit.
this skeleton has hit people better than any enemy I've ever
I know, right?
before.
This
And
is
you take-
actually Krampus.
You take 6 points of radiant damage as this
Okay.
thing smacks you with its crystal.
Oh! Oh, so this is what it feels like. Oh man, I need to rethink my attacks now. Oh,
What did Molly
man.
get? Okay, Torby, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to. Do I want to use Wayfinder on this?
16.
Go for it.
I don't know if I do.
What was your initiative?
10. Well, my normal initiative is 3 on its own.
It's
so-
just one Skelecron, guys.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but it's got living light, and Wayfinder's from the fake. Wow.
So, let's do it.
Okay.
see what happens. I dare you.
I
Alright.
double dare you.
I double dog
I
dare you.
triple dog dare you.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Do it. You attack it.
Alright, I'm attacking it twice. Once with Wayfinder, once with Giant Slayer.
I throw fey shark scales at it now.
Thank you.
Anything with your bonus action?
This.
Thank you, Jordan.
Oh yeah. Well, see if it destroys Wayfinder first. So this is Giant
Roll.
Slayer.
Yeah, curiosity.
It's a 15
That'll
plus
hit.
10.
That'll hit.
Oh, hold on.
This is Wayfinder. 16
That
plus
will also
9.
hit. Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay, and then I'll do Wayfinder again.
Roll them. Okay, yeah. Wayfinder hits this thing twice, or once, and then Giant Slayer once. And it doesn't seem any worse for wear.
Okay.
That'll hit. Yes. Roll damage.
All right. What am I doing? What am I doing?
D8s.
I know. My brain
Fool!
is like farting. My brain
Yo,
is farting.
fool!
My brain is farting. Shut up.
3d8s.
Let my brain fart for a second so it can have relief.
That's an interesting sentence.
That's a lot of good quotes out of this game.
And my brain's smart so we can have relief.
Anchors are necessary this session. It's windy.
Okay.
What are you smoking and where can I find some?
What
No, what are you huffing?
What were you
Run that
huffing and where can I find some is my favorite. It's my new catchphrase. I'm going to say it.
So that's 27.
27.
Okay, yeah, you kill it.
Okay.
To my evil clone.
And because it
I'll
used
keep
its
killing
elemental
someone.
discharge to hit Gosbrick with Radiant, it does not explode.
Thank God. I didn't know that was a thing.
Cool.
There's a puff of radiant energy, and then the Skelecron lands in shambles at your feet.
What a shamble.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So Mala is gonna act as a flying sentry now.
Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Everyone okay? Everyone alive?
Thank you, Mala.
This might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Good idea.
So,
You cast Mage Armor. You guys are have initiative now.
You
Yeah,
look at
but
that.
Who's
there might be
carrying
other
the body?
Okay.
I am.
Rungandir.
I'm going to cast Find Speed. So everyone wait for 10 minutes.
Okay. You begin doing so. And you guys are walking through the place, and you can hear all kinds of strange creatures about that are native to the Feywild. You do see some regular creatures, occasionally deer, birds, but other times you see... who has the highest passive?
My passive perception.
I can smell burning wood.
My passive perception
Yeah.
is 10.
Same here.
Who's
Yeah,
up
mine,
in the bonfire?
mine's 7. Well, my perception's, my wisdom's 4.
Okay, so yours is 17.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why don't I put that down?
Yeah, you should. I would say Mala and Rungandir definitely notice.
Where else is that coming from?
I don't know. Slithering through the brush and into some water, you just see like a really big, pure, glistening black serpent
Oh, that's
that has antlers and a diamond in the middle of its forehead.
That sounds badass. What we need to do is capture it and make it ours.
Okay.
What is that thing?
That sounds like something you don't want to.
Dude,
You
it's
just hear Mala say, "Snake thing,
really big.
big
Am I
snake
my
thing."
yet?
There's something.
Some of my
You
speed
gotta be
yet?
careful what you attack.
After 10 minutes, you do.
There's something in the water.
Big antlery snake
Guys,
thing.
there's a big antlery snake thing.
Is it fish?
No, it's a snake.
It's a big antlery snake thing. I don't know what that means. Mala, what does that mean?
It's got a crystal
It
in the
means
forehead.
It's a big snake that has antlers and it's that
Which
thing.
direction? So we can avoid it.
You guys avoid it easily.
Yeah. I was gonna say, ask him for direction. Like, what do you
Well,
want
he
Mala?
wasn't saying anything.
He had chocolate in his mouth.
Mala's just gonna point. Like,
With a wing while
Yeah.
trying to
Just
fly.
be like,
You fly above it. Don't go over here.
Vaguely from stories you guys have been told, because you're all native to that at least part of Kiras, the continent you're on. You've heard stories of the monsters called Uktena, or horned serpent,
Cool.
and they are gigantic and very hard to kill and awful, and the diamond in their head gives them special powers, and their poison is said to be enough to kill a man with one bite.
Okay.
give him some.
I would want to.
That'll
We're
fuck
gonna
up some
fight it?
guys.
I have stats for it in the book. I'm not making this bullshit up. You can try.
I mean, do you guys want
I don't
to
know what
look it up?
CR
I
it is, but you can
keep
certainly try.
walking.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's homebrew.
I'm straight up. I'm still walking. I don't want to fight this thing.
I'm not an
It has
idiot.
Antlers,
So-
man. Antlers are gonna fuck me up.
Mala is just gonna like fly ahead and see if she can hear or see anything.
Yeah, that's something out of Native American myth and legend, and it's
I heard.
super deadly.
Can it like paralyze you with a single look or something? Or no?
The idea is that if you see it, you die. but I downgraded that for Dungeons and Dragons purposes.
Obviously, right?
Um,
Isn't that a great story about why no one is that don't know the true identity of anything? Oh, if you look at it, you'll go insane, or if you look at it, you'll die. That's why no one has any description of anything.
And that's what's terrifying. Fear of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
The most basic of fears.
This is why Cthulhu is arguably the least frightening of all of the ancient gods, or of all the old ones. Because he has a set form, you know what I'm saying?
25.
yeah, but he's like island-sized. 25, what are you doing?
It's Mulla's perception.
Okay, yeah. Mala notices all strange manner of things and is able to lead the group safely away from such things.
What do your owl's eyes see?
What do your owl eyes see, Mala? And you guys eventually find your way in the direction Sepple
A
told
real
you.
danger noodle.
You find a thickly wooded grove, and the ground is spongy,
Nasty.
and every time you step, it erupts with this spray that has little crystals in it.
Kind of
Living
spore-like?
light that you imagine any fae, yeah, kind of spore-like. That you imagine any fae, from what Sepple has told you of living light and from what you can gather, would be very messed up by. But you yourselves as humanoids are okay.
I make sure not to get any on my clothes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You try.
What?
In case you give her a hug or something.
But you
Yeah.
see ahead
oh
of
my
you.
God, that's terrifying.
Assassin!
You see some light coming from
Blows up.
a sort of Yoda-like dwelling. We can all picture that in our heads, right?
Yeah.
Mud hut.
But bigger. A very old, large tree that houses a small cottage in its roots. And you imagine most of the cottages underneath. You see light coming from... It's very Yoda-esque.
You hear Mulla humming that.
Oh my
You-
God, Javin, that bird.
Penny for your thoughts. One day, when you are
Yeah,
older-
you see a small home ahead of you guys. What do you do?
Go
I'm gonna-
up to it.
take my bow and run.
I go up to it.
Okay.
I'll
go
follow
up
her.
I'm gonna earthbind the house to the ground.
My lion's here now, right?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to follow her with my lion.
Sure, I'll be a little bit back, but yeah,
Sure, why not?
I'll be observant with the body.
Mulla's just gonna
Go
land
up.
on his head.
Okay.
Got the body.
You go up to the door.
I land on Molly's head.
Now who wants to knock?
I will knock.
You will knock.
It's a totem pole.
Uh-oh. There's...
You hear some shuffling about inside. The door, you hear something on the other side of the door. Something large. You can't quite see it, but you see a shape move over the small window in the door. Who goes here?
Hello?
And you kind of hear in your head, as this form approaches from the other side of the door. Yeah, all of you guys, I'll say, are within 30 feet. You hear small whispers.
Oh God, the voices, they're back.
Yeah, you hear small voices in your head.
Cosmo, this is what happens when you don't take your Ritalin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do the voices in my head bother you?
Hello,
Yes.
I'm Torby.
Wish things.
And to understand, you are the Bliss Beast.
I am. What business do you come on?
We need you to resurrect somebody.
I'm intrigued.
Hello?
Let's talk.
Oh my
And
God,
she
you're...
opens the door, and you see before you, standing taller than a Rungundir, a creature with the body of a woman wrapped in brown robes, a blue hood, and the head of a badger
That is
with
wild.
long nails.
Okay.
You see the Blister Beast.
You know what's funny? I could totally see that being a character in the freaking Redwall series.
Yes, like Constance.
Yeah, I like Constance.
And she
She's
says,
a badass.
"Let us talk." And that's where we'll take our break.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Ricky and I, are just
I feel
sitting in the
scared
cell,
now for my
like-
character.
Out of curiosity,